Clark County Today is presented by Connell Real Estate. Hire an agent, get a team. Learn more by visiting connellrealestate.com.
Hey everyone, Chris Brown here with your Wednesday video update from ClarkCountyToday.com. Well, Clark County Public Health said 30 more people have tested positive today for COVID-19. One other person, a woman in her 80s with no known underlying health conditions, has died. That brings the total to 3,240 confirmed cases, 55 fatalities. There are currently 156 active cases in the county, meaning people who are still within a 10-day quarantine window. 29 people are hospitalized with a confirmed case. 6 more are under investigation. Now, the county also released updated demographic data showing people in their 20s accounted for 21% of the 201 new cases reported in the week leading up to Tuesday. And all people under 50 account for 2/3 of the total confirmed cases in Clark County. A Clark County Public Health Officer Dr. Ellen Melnick today also confirmed 2 more employees of Chiro One Chiropractic Clinic, also known as Bridge Chiropractic in Salmon Creek, have tested positive. Now, one of them worked on September 14th and may have exposed at least 47 more patients in addition to the nearly 300 that we've talked about already. Melnick said the county brought in additional staff to reach out to close contacts and urged them to self-isolate. The facility has been the subject of numerous complaints involving inconsistent use of masks and is involved in 3 separate investigations from the State Department of Health, Labor and Industries, and the State Chiropractic Commission. The pandemic has kept high school sports sidelined, so some have apparently picked up a new game, the blame game. In an opinion piece today, sports reporter Paul Valencia says a lot of the anger has been directed towards the WIAA, but the governing body for youth sports is limited in how much they can do.
In the sports world, it seems as if a lot of people are pointing the finger at the WIAA for not having high school sports this fall. A lot of people want fall sports to start immediately. But would it surprise you to learn that fall sports are being offered right now? That's right. This is week 2 of season 1. The WIAA announced that cross country, golf, tennis, slow pitch softball, the so-called safe sports, the outdoor sports, could be played. But no one is playing. No one in Southwest Washington is playing, and it is unlikely that anyone in the state is playing. That is not the WIAA's fault. So today, on ClarkCountyToday.com, I wrote a column, an opinion piece, just asking people for some patience and for some understanding. Ultimately, it is up to state government recommendations as well as individual school districts to determine when sports will return.
All right, thanks so much for that, Paul. Definitely a situation worth keeping an eye on. Speaking of pandemic-related frustrations, the Vancouver Public Schools Board of Directors held a listening session last night to hear from parents and teachers about what's working and what isn't with Distance Learning 2.0. While teachers said student participation has improved greatly from last spring, they worry about burnout, the schedule of constant Zoom chats, video recording, and individual work, especially with many paraeducators currently on furlough, has teachers frustrated. Parents said that they feel like students are more engaged in the online learning this time. It's more consistent and focused now, but often leaves them scrambling to finish assignments or frustrated over a lack of clear directions. The district is holding a series of listening sessions and also asking for feedback through a community survey, especially since a recent uptick in COVID-19 cases likely means students couldn't return to physical classrooms any sooner than late October at best. Well, more good news out of the Big Hollow fire southeast of Cougar. PacifiCorp today announced that they are reopening many of their recreation sites along the Lewis River, including Merwin Park, Spelei, Crescent Bay, Yale Park, and others. Cougar Campground will remain closed for the season. The Big Hollow fire has continued a slow growth along its borders and currently has burned approximately 25,000 acres or 39 square miles. Crews continue working to clear debris around the fire, including weakened trees that may be knocked over during the wind and rain that we're having right now. But it's hoped that this rain, which is expected to last through the weekend, will largely end the threat of the Big Hollow fire. Well, during a one-on-one interview with Clark County Today during her visit to Amboy last week, we spoke with Hillary Franz, Commissioner of Public Lands, about her request for additional resources to fight wildfires and better forest management to prevent future fires. In the last legislative session, Franz proposed a $5 tax on home and auto insurance to raise $63 million. Now, that measure failed to gain approval, So currently, park fees and timber sales generate roughly $325 million in revenue for the state each year. Most of that goes to fund basic education and county programs. But Fran says she opposes redirecting that money towards wildfire efforts. Currently, Public Lands has 73 full-time wildland firefighters, a 70% increase from 2016. The department also has a reserve of 550 seasonal firefighters. To hear more about how Fran's proposes to increase those resources, read our full story at ClarkCountyToday.com. Well, Southwest Washington Congresswoman Jamie Herrera Butler is making some noise back in Washington, D.C. this week. The battleground Republican is trying to force a vote on an extension of the Paycheck Protection Program using a maneuver called a discharge petition. Should the petition, which can be filed as soon as this Friday, garner 218 signatures from representatives, the House will then be compelled to vote on whether to bring to the floor a previously introduced bill to distribute the remaining $134 billion in reserve funds remaining after the program expired on August 8th. Herrera Butler says she's motivated by the fact that almost 9,500 businesses in Southwest Washington have already accessed PPP loans. And reports indicate that her efforts have created a realistic path to force congressional action, which could lead to an agreement on a second stimulus package. So stay tuned. Well, lastly, tonight, nearly 230 area nonprofits will be looking to raise $2 million during Give More 24, Southwest Washington's largest day of giving. Organizers are hoping tomorrow's event will offer residents a chance to come together during a year of adversity. The theme of this year's 24-hour Giving Marathon, which is organized by the Community Foundation for Southwest Washington, is Make a Difference from a Distance. Donations made through the website givemore24.org are eligible for more than $800,000 in matching funds. You can also track donations on the website and see where your favorite charity ranks, because who doesn't love a little healthy competition, right? You can even rally your friends and family around your favorite nonprofit or cause. There will also be a variety of virtual events held via social media, including a talent show, a comedy hour, an interactive concert, and trivia games. For more information, be sure to read the full story at ClarkCountyToday.com. And there's your midweek check of the headlines at ClarkCountyToday.com. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to see when stories are posted and be part of the conversation. You can reach us via email with news tips and feedback. News@ClarkCountyToday.com is the address. For all of us, I'm Chris Brown. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back with you again tomorrow.